Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Raila Odinga and the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya brigades today held series of rallies in Bomet and Kericho County, with a major rally in Kericho town. I want us to do a critical analysis of the rally, particularly in Kericho. That rally was massive and it's also significant political speaking.
Angoatil gogeny hamjambo, Kericho hamjambo. Asanteni sana kwa kuja kutulaki kwa wingi. Mimi nasikia raha sana kwa roho yangu kwa sababu hamjatuaibisha. Mmekuja hapa kwa wingi kumlaki baba na Martha. Asanteni sana sana. Mimi kama mtu ambaye nimefanya kazi na mheshimiwa baba muda mrefu, nataka niwaambie hivi, and please remember, a leopard does not change its colors. Tunaelewana? Tulipofanya kazi na yeye wakati wa coalition government ile, kwa hiyo miaka mitano, sijui kama baba anakumbuka, in the 5 years kwa vile viti vya mawaziri 17, 8 walitoka bonde la ufa.
Kericho and Bomet counties are in Rift Valley. Rift Valley is actually the strongholds of William Samoei Arap Ruto. So I want us to do a critical analysis of the rally. But before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. I'm just trying to look at some of the people who attended this particular rally. Raila Odinga was present at this rally. Martha Karua was present at this rally. Sally Kosgei was present at this rally. Nick Salat was present, which signifies the presence of Gideon Moi. I can see Tabitha Say here, and several other Azimio One Kenya leaders. The rally in Kericho was actually massive. No, that was massive. But why do you think this rally was significant? For me, I have several reasons. Number one, I want to talk about William Ruto's comments about Raila Odinga arresting him. The ICC comment which he made yesterday. William Ruto knew so well that Raila Odinga and the Azimio One Kenya brigades were headed to Kericho. So why do you think William Ruto invoked that ICC comment? I'm just asking you. For me, William Ruto invoked that ICC comment for 3 main reasons. The first reason why he invoked it was to incite the Kalenjins against Raila Odinga. You know the politics of this country, the way it is. Volatile. And you also know that in 2007, the entire Kalenjin nation specifically Bomet and Kericho, were fully in ODM. In fact, it is alleged that the assassination of the late Tor Kimutai was because of his support for Raila Odinga. But William Ruto decided to claim that Raila Odinga was planning to arrest him when Raila Odinga had planned these two rallies. So I strongly believe that William Ruto wanted to insert the Kalenjins. So what do you conclude by the fact that despite William Ruto's statement, Kericho and Bomet were still full? Probably, these people just wanted to hear what Raila Odinga was about to say. I've always opined on this platform that there is always chance that some of these key politicians, wherever they go, people would always want to listen to them, whether they support them or not. So the turnout in Kericho proves that indeed the people of Kericho and Bomet really wanted to listen to Raila Odinga. And they did not take the statement by William Ruto the way William Ruto had actually intended it to be. And that's why the turnout was massive. Not that they are going to vote for Raila Odinga. They might choose to vote for Raila Odinga or not. But let me explain to you two other reasons why William Ruto invoked that ICC statement, which is now the second point, was basically to try and mobilize the Jubilee support base. You remember after the slap statement, William Ruto then embarked on a messaging strategy of portraying himself as someone who was out to salvage President Uhuru Kenyatta. Then now, he's bringing the ICC, that Raila wanted both of them at ICC. The truth of the matter is that Ruto was with Raila, Uhuru was on the other side. If Raila Odinga had wanted to take any of them to the Hague, the person would have been William Ruto, would have been Uhuru Kenyatta and not Ruto. But he wanted to use this to mobilize the base because Jubilee was actually formed because of ICC. The Kikuyu nation wanted to save their son, Uhuru Kenyatta. The Kalenjin nation wanted to save their son, William Ruto. And the only way they could save them was to vote for them so that they become the presidents. Then they can use that power to clear the cases. And indeed, that's exactly what happened. So William Ruto invoked it to mobilize the Jubilee base. And probably number three is about the Kikuyu nation. By invoking ICC, you remind the Kikuyu nation about what brought them together. So in my view, I tend to think that William Ruto's comment about Raila Odinga arresting him at a time Raila Odinga was headed to Kericho and Bomet was intended to incite the people down there. Number two, why it's also significant, this visit, Kericho County is a cosmopolitan town. In the last election, there were 375,000 registered voters in Kericho. 375,000. Uhuru Kenyatta got 281,000 votes. Raila Odinga got 19,000, close to 20,000, which was 6%. Uhuru Kenyatta's votes were actually 92%. And because of those numbers, and there's also this belief, especially by Raila Odinga supporters, that their votes were suppressed in some of the Jubilee strongholds, in the mountain and in the Rift Valley. In fact, during the last election, there were allegations that the Luos, the Kikuyus, and the Luos, the Kisis, and the Luya in Kericho and Bomet actually feared they were threatened. So, being a cosmopolitan town within Rift Valley, Raila Odinga has a lot of interest. Why? There is a huge presence of the Luos, of the Luyas, and the Kisis in this particular town. In those two particular counties. It also borders the Luos, the Kisis. Those two counties. So it means at the border, you might find people from this side voting the other side, that side voting the other side. As you witnessed in the last election, where, for example, in Kisumu, along the borders, there was actually a polling station which predominantly voted for Jubilee. So, being a cosmopolitan town, Raila Odinga didn't want to disappoint his supporters, because at this point in time, each and every vote actually counts. Number three, I also think that Raila Odinga has a clear strategy on how he's approaching the Rift Valley. If you look at his strategy, Raila Odinga is targeting the Ma community. Raila Odinga is targeting Turkana. William Ruto is actually moving very fast to try and lock him out of Turkana. Raila Odinga is targeting now the two counties of Ma, that is Narok and Kajiado. He's also targeting Turkana. Raila Odinga is targeting West Pokot, Laikipia. Which other county? You can remind me. I think there are 6 counties he's targeting. Apart from those 6 counties which Raila Odinga is targeting from Rift Valley, Raila Odinga is also strategic in his approach to Rift Valley. For example, there is this county called Uasin Gishu, where William Ruto comes from. Eldoret town is a cosmopolitan town. If you look at the figures of the last election, Raila Odinga didn't perform badly in that region. And then you add to the fact that there is now a huge population of the Kikuyu nation in those counties, which are now leaning towards Raila Odinga. So his strategy is to try and mop all the votes he can in those cosmopolitan towns in Rift Valley. So that's actually his strategy. The other significant thing is the fact that Raila Odinga introduced his team, Rift Valley team, to the people here. Key amongst them is Sally Kosgei. What role will Sally Kosgei play in Raila Odinga's politics? Swala nyeti. And what about the team? So Raila Odinga just wanted to assure the people of Rift Valley that his government will be inclusive. Sally Kosgei, being an experienced politician, having worked as the head of civil servant with Moi on his side, means the interest of the people of the Rift Valley will actually be catered for in his camp. And lastly, I think Raila Odinga also wanted to gauge the mood of the Rift Valley by using Kericho and Bomet. You know, the politics of Kericho and Bomet actually shapes the politics of the other region. In the last election, Raila Odinga had on his camp Isaac Ruto. Isaac Ruto was defeated. But the fact is, when Isaac Ruto was with Raila Odinga would still draw massive crowd in Bomet and in Kericho, which begs the question, is it possible that Raila Odinga's votes were deflected? Or is it possible that Isaac Ruto did not add value? This time around, Raila Odinga is not with Isaac Ruto. So he went to gauge the moods. How is the mood? Is there a chance that he can pick 1, 2, or 3 here? And lastly, I also tend to think that it's about Raila Odinga's strategy of appearing as a national leader. A national leader would go to each and every county, each and every section of the country. William Ruto is focusing on counties which can give him votes. I'm not sure whether he's been to Siaya, whether he's been to Homa Bay. I was just reading one of the comments that he has avoided those counties. I don't know why. Maybe because he's aware that he can't get much votes there. In Migori, he's attempting in the hope that Obado can help him. And also the Kuria section is camping in Kisii, which is part of Nyanza. Kisumu, he was here when he made that drama. I still don't know, but Raila Odinga is now trying to project an image of a national leader who can go anywhere and be accepted. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.